journey to Islam has not been a completely straight or easy path. It has to lead me exactly where I needed to be. Some parts of my journey have been tough. My life started in Southwest Virginia. I was raised with 3 other siblings. We lived on a mountain in the middle of nowhere and we were also homeschooled. I took dance lessons in the town about 45 minutes away and I had friends because I was a part of a local Girl Scout troop. From the time I was old enough to remember, I always felt like I was different from the other kids. I eventually went to public school and really felt different. I did everything I could do to fit in. I even dressed the way the popular girls would dress, thinking that bring me satisfaction, but it did not. I had body issues for sure. I did not know how to deal with these issues. As I got older, I developed more confidence, but I still had body issues. One day I would be fine, but others I would look in the mirror and see imperfections. During this time, I went to school in the northern part of West Virginia and I met a few Muslim classmates and some wore hijab, and I remember admiring how beautiful these women were. They did not have to show off their bodies for the beauty to just radiate from their hearts. In 2013, I moved to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, which is where I currently reside. Being here in North Carolina was a huge culture shock in the best way. Being around so many different type of people was beautiful. I went to school for aesthetic and learned about different skin types and different beauty techniques from different cultures. After graduating, I began working in the skincare industry but always kept a second job either at a restaurant or a hookah lounge, and I was always finding myself working alongside Muslim brothers and sisters. Sometimes I would observe during holy months and happen to get a glimpse of a few co-workers mid-prayer, and I was always fascinated, but I never had intentions to look into religion because at the time I considered myself agnostic. In December of 2017, I found out I was pregnant. I wanted to get closer to God, so I started going to a non-denomination church in my area. But going to church, I realized I had so many unanswered questions still remaining, and after a few months, I stopped going. I wanted to go to masjid, but I was in fear of being judged, and the fact that my son's father was in fact a Muslim. I did not want my family to put 2 and 2 together and think I was trying to be a Muslim for a man. I silently started learning more and more about Islam on my own time. After my son was born, I would listen to audiobooks or playlists of the Quran in Arabic and the English translation, and I found that the Quran was so beautiful and it spoke to me. Some months later, I started dating a man who was an Egyptian American who was to me a practicing Muslim when we met, or so I thought. We fell in love and started to plan a future together, but he did not want to get married. He had some mental health issues that I thought were at bay, but months into the relationship, I realized that he was more unstable than he appeared. During our relationship, he seemed supportive of me learning about Islam, but was reluctant of me actually becoming a Muslim. It turns out he did not want me to become a Muslim. The day I took the Shahada was a beautiful day, but when I went to see him after, he was upset with me. He was upset that I did my Shahada. A week after my Shahada, I started to cover and he wasn't happy about that either. It was like he changed. I was devastated that he wasn't supportive of me being Muslim, but I thought maybe if I gave him the time, he would adjust. My family wasn't very thrilled with me converting, but they saw it coming and eventually became more supportive. 5 weeks after I took my Shahada on September 26, 2019, my now ex-boyfriend came home drunk and we started arguing because drinking was something I did not approve of, and he punched me in the face 10 times and choked me until I passed right in front of my son. When I passed out, I saw a light and I heard a voice that I believe in my heart was Allah. I heard him say, "It's not your time," and I woke up and I recall my ex pacing the floor. He kicked me in the side and called me terrible names, took my phone and keys and threatens to kill me if I went to the police. I pleaded with him with everything I could. I even tried to get him to take his Shahada again, and I tried to read from the Quran to calm him down. It was clearly, honestly, that this man was not a true believer, and I realized that he did not want me to close to Allah. I waited until he took his sleeping pills and I and my son escaped. I pressed charges on him and then decided that no man should be in between me and Allah. Ever since that terrible day, I have been hard at work and try to be the best Muslim I can, but every single day I fall short and make mistakes. But Alhamdulillah, I have my life and my son to keep my strength, and most importantly, I have Allah, and that is all I need to get through the hard times.